Now moving on, Alibaba founder Jack Ma has returned to China, the South China Morning Post reported on Monday, ending a more than 1 year-long sojourn overseas that was viewed by industry as reflecting the sober mood of China's private businesses. Ma, one of China's best-known entrepreneurs, left mainland China in late 2021 and has been seen in photographs in Japan, Australia and Thailand in the months since. Here are the details of these and other stories making headlines across the globe.
Alibaba founder Jack Ma, once one of the country's most outspoken businessmen, had retreated from the public limelight in late 2020 after criticizing China's regulatory system that was later blamed for triggering a wide-ranging regulatory crackdown by Beijing. While Chinese authorities said in recent months they had ended the crackdown and would look for ways to support the private sector, Chinese entrepreneurs said they saw Ma's decision to stay overseas as a factor hindering confidence. Alibaba shares in Hong Kong rose more than 4% after the South China Morning Post report was published. The report did not state when Ma had returned to China, but said he visited a school he founded in the city of Hangzhou, the home of Alibaba and financial technology firm Ant Group. Meanwhile, the assets and loans of collapsed U.S. lender Silicon Valley Bank are being bought by rival First Citizens Bank shares. The failure of Silicon Valley Bank earlier this month triggered fears about the stability of other lenders, sparking sharp falls in banking shares around the world. In Europe, worries over the strength of Swiss banking giant Credit Suisse led a rush takeover by rival UBS. Nerves among investors have remained, and the bank shares fell sharply on Friday. Under the Silicon Valley Bank takeover deal announced by the U.S. Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, all 17 former Silicon Valley Bank branches will open under the First Citizens brand on Monday. Silicon Valley Bank customers are being advised to continue using their current branch until they receive notice from First Citizens Bank that their account has been fully moved across. Finally, Twitter says parts of the source code which underpins multi-billionaire Elon Musk's social media platform have been leaked online. It says the code was posted on GitHub, a Microsoft-owned service where software developers share code. Separately, Musk has reportedly signaled to Twitter workers that the firm is worth less than half the $44 billion he paid for it last year. Digital Millennium Copyright Act was signed into law in the US in 1998. It is aimed at protecting copyrighted materials on the internet.